Welcome back everyone, Marcelo is my name. I am the niche fragrance collector. We are still in the Noah showroom here in Melbourne. This handsome man next to me, none other than
Liam, Saraya. Hello. We're looking at some modern classics today. I've picked a selection of 7 fragrances that define a lot of the Noah style and our curatorial voice in the world of perfumery.
modern classics. That is a really...
It's a loaded
That's a big
term,
title.
yes,
Yeah, it's a big
yes.
title. So why do you feel these are modern classics?
Perfume has been around for a long time, and modern perfume as we know it since 1889, since the very first synthetic perfume Jiki.
Yep.
I won't give you a history lesson, I promise, unless maybe later. But there have been waves in perfumery, there have been styles and shifts, and we're in a very modern period. And so these are fragrances that I feel that are no more than 20 years old. So they're from this millennia. They define the era that we're in, that are impressive and they're brilliant. And some of them are classically rooted as well, but they are firmly from this century. There's this great idea that we don't belong to invention, we belong to recreation now. And I think that there's some truth to that. All the categories are set in perfumery. We have our aquatics, our fruits, our florals, and so perfumers in this era have to approach them with respect but also twist. So they're all twists on beloved favorites.
I love that.
Yeah. All right, let's begin with something bright and lively and citrusy. So this is the token citrus perfume in this collection, AZEMOUR LES ORANGERS.
Beautiful. Say it again.
AZEMOUR LES ORANGERS.
Wow. I've been practicing my French.
It's hard.
Oh my God.
And some brands like Parfum do be not too bad, but Etat Libre Orange, they do not make it easy for you. This is glorious.
I smelled it in the air as soon as Liam sprayed it.
I'll waft it your way.
I always say that everybody needs a good citrus fragrance.
Yes.
People shy away from citrus for multiple reasons. One of them is that, but it's too light on skin. It's okay. It is okay for it to last 3-4 hours, 5 hours. It's okay. It's still a beautiful fragrance that makes you happy, that brings sunshine into your life. You can use it all year round, whether it's summer or winter.
100%. Put it in your bag, of course.
Yeah.
And there's no fear in reapplying. I mean, the best part of a citrus is the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
To be able to experience that again and again is actually a pleasure in my books. Not a displeasure at all.
And it's a mood enhancer. I find citrus,
no doubt.
The citrus note is a mood enhancer. Beautiful citrus fragrance is magic.
Citrus fragrances grow in smiling conditions, and then therefore they make you smile as well.
Yeah.
Truly.
I'm getting here an equal part of that zesty orange.
Yes, beautiful, yes.
But I'm getting also like a green orange now.
Yes, lovely.
So they get the juicy, but I'm also getting a green orange.
Yes. This is inspired by the perfumer Marc-Antoine Corticchiato's childhood in Morocco.
Okay.
And Morocco famously has beautiful orange groves.
Yes.
And so this is your portrait of the orange grove and the mighty orange tree.
Yes.
So he's tried to capture, as you say, not just the juicy fruit or even the bitter skin, but the whole picture. The strong wood, the grass around it, even the leaves. It's beautiful. And he played a little wordplay in the name. AZEMOUR is the place, but amour in French is love. So it's a love of Morocco, love of citrus.
Right.
Just clever. And well regarded. It is just bursting oranges, but then complex oranges. But then you get some spices, coriander seed, woodiness, a hay note, again, earthiness as well.
Yeah.
I've never smelled an orange like this. I mean, the classic orange, so this is where we're playing with the idea of the classic perfumes and the modern, is the classic cologne from Hermès, Eau d'Orange Vert, green orange. This revisits that theme but adds modernity and heft.
Right.
It's beautiful.
It is, and it does provide, as you mentioned, that twist to the classic neroli Mediterranean style of fragrance.
But it feels drunk on sunlight.
I was gonna say,
I
need a spray.
Go nuts. It's glorious stuff.
I just want to, because funny, on that opening, I got that very, as I said, zesty orange, but I got the green from still with the orange, but on the card it's changed already.
There's a lot of stuff underpinning all of this, which is what I love. And this is the modern play with citrus notes, which is complexify and underpin. Yeah. That's what a modern classic citrus does.
And it's totally different. So if you do like citrus fragrances, it's going in a different angle.
Yep. But so bleedingly classical as well. And it's just the great paradox of these perfumes is that they're a bit of everything, which I love.
I like it a lot. Good fragrance.
Yes, fantastic stuff.
And an orange fragrance is needed by everybody. Or
Oh,
a
I think
citrus
so. I think
fragrance is
so.
needed
I
by
think
everybody.
so. Let's be sensible and go because we get quite heavy quite quickly.
Funny, my brain wants to do the wheel.
Yes,
Because I'm like, no, let's go. We started in citrus, now let's slowly move through.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely. And I
But
actually,
you're the boss.
I'm the boss.
He's the curator, so whatever you say is what we're going to
Okay,
do.
look, admittedly, we dive right into heaviness right after this. So I want to start with Mousse ILLUMINEE by Rogue Perfumery.
Okay.
So this is striking. I'm going to give you a little suggestion of warning. Striking. Have you ever been to an enchanted forest before?
An enchanted?
Enchanted
Well,
forest.
this would be it here.
Yes.
This is, and I don't want to say this, but this is what came through my brain.
Yes, I'm
It's
listening.
slightly offensive at the
Oh,
start.
of course, yeah, of course.
Okay, because I'm like, do I say that? Because it's actually quite
Oh,
arresting.
it is. It's inky. It's bitter.
Inky.
This is a celebration of mosses and lichen.
Right.
So Mousse ILLUMINEE, illuminated mosses.
Tell me it goes from somewhere else. From
It does, it does, yes.
Like-
Look, this is for real perfume nuts.
Okay.
I put this in the collection of modern classics
Mm.
because there is nothing more classical than the Chypre family,
course.
the mossy
Yep.
woods family.
Yep.
Here, Manuel Cross, perfumer for Rogue, took polo green, the classic 70s, 80s
Yeah.
polo,
Yeah, yeah.
real macho, hairy-chested fougere,
Yeah.
and gave you a modern rendition.
Right. I need to put it on skin.
Please,
It's on card. So you need to come into the Noah showroom and test out for yourself because this here, I'm like, what in the world are we doing with this? So let me just see what this goes on skin because it is on card. It's arresting. It's like
Yes, well, I'll tell you this. This is, to my knowledge, our most popular Rogue in the collection.
Right.
And we have the very affable Bon Monsieur, which is, of course, lavender.
Yes.
This is winning. This is heavy mosses.
it's heavy moss.
You have to give it a bit of time.
Yeah.
There is no
Well,
doubt.
already it's different to the
Yes,
card.
lovely.
So already on skin is different to the card.
Here we're celebrating moss notes,
Yes.
and it's flushed in incense. Haunting, bewitching, lunar light incense. Frankincense.
I don't get that, but okay. I believe everything you're saying. This is wild.
Yeah.
Actually, it's coming down
Yep.
from that very intense opening. I'll be curious to see where this
Yes,
goes.
yes.
Actually, it's getting a little bit on the aromatic,
Yes,
that green mossiness.
Yes.
It's definitely coming through.
This is a complex perfume.
Yeah.
It is retro-coded but modern. He's gleefully using synthetics and naturals.
Okay.
So that's another thing I think with modern perfumery. It's the embrace of synthetic materials. I mean, we cannot have great perfumery without synthetic
No, you need
materials.
it. You need it. I mean, a lot of people get sort of worked up over the thought of having a synthetic, but
Yes.
it's because of these synthetics that you're able to elaborate
I
and
agree.
expand the perfume's palette.
Yes. The way that I think of it is if you made a perfume only with naturals, it's
Yeah.
like a flat oil painting.
Sure.
The minute you put a synthetic, you get a sculpture.
Right.
And you literally can start moving around your perfume as a sculptural piece of perfume work.
What are the florals in here? Do you know?
Good question.
Because I'm getting like and it's funny, I love fragrances that do that repulsion attraction.
Yes, of course.
And I'm getting that right straight away.
Installation.
On that first inhale,
yeah.
I'm getting that, oh, wow, sharp green. And then I was like, oh, something beautiful and
Yeah.
delicate in the background. Oh, no, hang on, I think sharp green again.
To my memory, I believe it's a rose note, like a hint of rose, or something petaled, something delicate, but something with a little bit of force to it as well.
Unique.
Yes, there's no
If you
doubt.
want niche perfumery at its best, you need to come check this out.
Yes, for sure.
Completely surprising,
Yes.
completely
It's hard to decipher, I would say.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
very one-dimensional on card, a lot more complex and a lot more evolution and play on skin.
a bit like a holograph, I think. It
Yeah.
sort of lingers and floats. It's like a ghost in an enchanted forest to me.
An enchanted forest. Yeah, beautiful.
There we go.
And actually, the citrus one has changed.
Oh yes, it's gorgeous.
It's gone very green.
Now I'm going to be cruel.
Here we go.
I'm going to.
I love cruel.
I'm going to
Cruel
keep-
to be nice, of course.
Cruel to be nice. Of
Yeah.
course. I'm like a stern teacher.
Yeah.
I am going to show you another very complex, very hard to decipher perfume.
Okay, here we go.
Francesca Bianchi.
Yes.
We have the lovely, the dark side.
The dark side. Okay.
So we're not quite in the forest still, but we could be.
Have a look at the coloring on this
Yes,
thing.
no colorants. This is real natural color.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at the amber in that. Oh my gosh. So already my brain's thinking oud and things of that
and
nature.
it smells like it looks.
Okay,
It
right.
smells like it looks. And the name, of course.
Okay.
I'm going to leave this one to you. I'm going to be very cruel.
You want me to decipher the notes? Or
Give me a sense of it. I think that's the best we can do.
smells like a wine barrel
Yes.
that's been left in the sun in like a 40-degree summer Melbourne heat, and you've been placed inside it
All right.
because it's now going on to you. But here I do get a rose, like some kind of floral in the background. And this is where MOUSSE ILLUMINEE, is that how you say it?
Yes, correct.
All right, where is repulsion attraction? I find this completely attractive.
Oh, lovely. Yes.
I find this enveloping. And the reason why you're inside this wine barrel is because you're being enveloped by this red, dark fruits, the sort of like a booziness from that wine. All right, now tell me.
No, well, I am in the barrel with you.
Okay.
Francesca even says, don't even try to decipher this one.
Right.
She's really, if you pop onto the description on the website, she's like, I don't even remember the formula sometimes. It's so full.
Good for her.
Great story with this one. This is her most popular, at least on, say, Fragrantica and those things like that. The story is she was in Morocco as a young adult, and she was, traveling along the markets and the spices and all that, and she found this oud oil that was completely fake oud, but she was allured by this attractive smell that it had nonetheless. And so she decided that she wanted to recreate this oud in her own laboratory.
Okay.
So park that for 2 years. She's made this oud, it's just sitting there, and then she starts making this perfume. And then, without realizing, unconsciously, she's recreated that accord in this perfume.
Okay.
So this is not an oud perfume, but it is inspired by the image or the idea of oud.
Right.
And you get that. There's the funkiness. A lot of people think, I think of wood barrels when I smell oud as well.
Yeah. Because I'm not getting funk.
Yeah, right.
I'm not getting any
nice,
sense.
Nice.
And I don't know whether, is it, obviously again, it'll probably play different on
Definitely,
skin.
yes.
I'm getting a very woody, very deep, rich, woody profile to it.
And I think you may return to it the next day, and it will be incredibly funky to you. And then for me, I agree. I'm getting lots of wood today.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get the grapefruit coming through a lot, and then even the lavender, which are more functional here.
I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
I just get, and I think, you know what, it's happened? My brain quickly grabbed this wood barrel with this, like a very red, deep red wine, and it's just, this is where I'm living, even like plum-like. You know?
For sure. It is, I think enveloping is a perfect word. It is structured beautifully, it's full, and it sort of, it encapsulates the whole history of our current condition, and where we're inspired by Arabic, Middle Eastern perfumery. She's done it her way through Morocco. Right. A lot of perfumers and fashion designers have always been inspired by Morocco. Serge Lutens, Yves Saint Laurent, and now we have Andy Tower. I mustn't neglect that. And now we have Francesca Bianchi.
Gorgeous. Last week we did a head-turning fragrance sort of lineup. I would put this also in head-turning.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, this in the air would be just absolute pure seduction.
Oh yes,
just like
100%.
who is wearing that?
It's masculine and feminine.
Yeah, correct, absolutely.
There's just a beautiful padding of scent that you can wear for yourself.
These are modern classics, and I would so far have to agree.
Good.
we were on 3 for 3 on
3
this
for
one.
3. Good. Well, we're in Morocco. Let's
Where are you
stay.
gonna take me now?
Let's
Yeah.
stay in Morocco actually
Okay.
with Accord du Désert. So I know you're familiar with
I am.
its brother.
Yeah.
Its older brother, I should say.
Yeah.
Although this is the more serious younger brother. Accord du Désert is the heart of the desert, and we're in Morocco, in the Maghreb.
Yes. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's just.
This is just magic. Tell me about Andy Tower.
I feel very attached to this brand, this house. It was probably the first brand I brought into Noah, and I was 18.
Wow.
Yeah. Accord du Désert and Tower is one of the first true emblems of modern classic niche perfumery.
Right.
This was the idea that you have to make great perfume, you must be unencumbered by market forces, to have true creativity, you just need to create.
I like this.
And I've often think of Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka.
Yes.
Tower is the analog for that.
Right.
He creates from imagination,
Right.
the pure imagination. And here, this is Accord de Désert revisits the classic L'air de Désert.
Yeah.
And again, he zooms in on the picture of the desert. So, as I mentioned before, if L'air de Désert is a huge landscape of spices in the air mingling with the hot sun, you visited the temples and the spice markets, and you've got an oil painting now. It's amazing. The main difference to me is the aged patchouli that he uses.
Right.
Not many people pick up the patchouli. To me, that is the key thing that makes this Accord and not L'air de Désert.
Okay,
It's
right.
beautiful. And it's an extract as opposed to an eau de toilette intense.
Because I get a very, so I was getting this on card, I'm getting it a lot more on skin.
Right, yeah.
A very Artemisia
Oh,
licorice.
Yeah, nice, yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah. Ah, yes, yeah. Patchouli and then spices give you chocolate, licorice,
Right.
those qualities, I feel. Definitely the famous coriander seed being used here.
Right.
And there are anisic qualities that will come through. Cumin is very important here, super important. It adds that susurrating sort of heat rising from the earth smell. It's amazing.
Right. I love the way that he actually paints with fragrance.
Yes.
Because you can actually see the landscape through the olfactory notes that are being used. You can see this landscape that he's actually painting.
Yes, I think with the original L'air, it's like you're at an art gallery and you're looking at a picture of the Medina in Morocco. And now with Accord, you're allowed to go a bit closer to the painting and you can see the brushstrokes.
Right.
That's Accord de Désert.
This is
for me.
wild.
There's no doubt that this is a modern classic. There's no doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt. Like.
And if you do doubt, come in here
and I'll change your mind.
challenge Liam.
All I have to do is spray it. I think it
Yeah.
is its own argument.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what I love about it.
Again, on card, on skin, two different expressions.
Of course.
All right, next one. What do you got?
So we've gone to Morocco.
I've got no more skin left. I mean, I'm spraying each one of these because I'm like smelling. I'm like, I got to see what this is, how this plays.
And again, this is part of my curatorial strategy or thinking. These are perfumes with a capital P. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Now,
And you have to remember, I have smelled a lot of fragrance.
I bet you have.
And whenever I spray on skin, is because I'm now getting something like, hang on a second, I haven't quite experienced this nuance of it, or I'd like even that citrus, the early.
AZEMOUR les Orangers.
Boom. It's different on skin.
Oh, yeah,
It's a whole different expression. Yep. So the moment I put on skin is because I'm like, hang on a second, I want to see where this actually goes.
Well, it is a shame you run out of real estate.
I have.
But you just have to come back, of course. Now, I have a question. And then, do you want to go to Greece or do you want to go to Russia?
Let's go Russia.
Russia. We have Ambre Russe, Russian amber.
Okay.
Now,
I'm cheating because I knew where you were going, and I love this one.
So a little bit of a sort of anecdote from me, which is, I feel like I've come from a very classically trained perfume background. Like I learnt my classics. I learned all the classic perfumes in history, and that's how I think about perfume. This was my reference amber.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
So this is one of the samples I was able to obtain from Liam. This is wild. It starts off a little bit sour.
Yes.
Discovered that it has a very unique alcohol note, which is the vodka.
Yes, and champagne.
And the champagne, because I got that metallic sort of. Because sometimes amber, from what I've discovered, is almost a little bit, again, on that cliche side, where it's the warm amberiness with that vanilla that just comes through, you know. And I've smelt it a few times. I have not smelt this. I have not smelt this.
I weep. I get really languid with this one. It's just incredible.
And on card, this is it. So I have worn this.
Yes.
So on card, it stays in that champagne sour note, whereas on skin, you were getting that a little bit on that opening, but then as it sort of dried down, the ambery notes were then coming through, but with that metallic champagne, slight vodka.
I love this.
It's gorgeous.
It's obviously a picture of a party in Russia, an old imperial party. You think of caviar and ice, and starting the day with imperial magnums or jeroboams of champagne, and then you finish with an icy shot of, a blast of vodka. But what I love in the middle of all that is the classic idea of the smoked Russian tea and the samovar. So there's a tea note. Tea and amber love to play with each other, and here it's smoked black tea. It adds that touch of incensey smokiness. These teas were toasted over wood, so you get that woody smoke, and then you just get the classic amber combo of resins, benzoin, labdanum, or a touch of vanilla.
A touch of vanilla. So that vanilla is, I think it's almost like a necessary, it sort of gives the warmth to the amber.
It smoothens. I'm almost at a loss for words, and I'm almost never at a loss for words.
Gorgeous.
It's
Yeah, this
I
is-
can just shake my head and go, this is the one.
This is gorgeous. So those who love your Grand Soirs
Yes,
or
yes.
this style of fragrance, but now go into a whole new location, to a whole new place, I strongly recommend this one
Yes,
here.
yeah. Parfums on Pier, true niche house. These don't break the bank. Like,
Right.
they're so good
Right.
For what they are. Right. Amazing, incredible.
Bravo. All right. Now take me to Greece.
I'll take you to Greece.
Now
with
take me to Greece.
Nostos.
Yes. This is crazy. I smelt this one too.
I love this one.
This is crazy. The opening quickly grabbed me. The dry down was like, what is happening?
Yeah, yes.
Where am I? See, that opening's gorgeous.
Yeah, so I'm taking you to not just Greece, but I'm taking you to ancient Greece, the Greece of Homer, the Iliad, the Odyssey,
Okay.
The pre-Socratics.
Funny, as you said that, now I'm picturing a craggly hill with a temple and some outcrop of some tree with the pine sort of needles on it.
So
So good.
this is inspired, I should say first, that Nostos, the closest word we have is return. So nostalgia.
Right.
We're longing to return to a memory or a place.
Right.
This imagines an incense that's burned for millennia.
Right.
It's an incense that was lit in tribute of Achilles, the hero in the Homeric epics,
Yes.
returning to his parents, his mother.
Right.
So in order to capture this, the maternal and the paternal, you've got the feminine rose coming through,
Right.
and then you've got the masculine leather, incense, and oud, of course.
Yes.
This is a true modern classic. This launched, I believe, this year actually.
Right.
So it's very, very fresh. I'm addicted to it. I
Yes.
actually love it. I love the house, Etat
Yes.
Libre. It just fits into our modern style so well, and it does it perfectly. I find some of these ouds can be a little bit too brassy and abrasive. Here, this is smooth and balanced and phenomenal.
I want to put it on skin, but I've
Yes,
run out
yes.
of space. Funny, I didn't get the oud.
It's definitely balanced.
Yeah.
I love these oud perfumes that treat oud as a key player, but not the central player.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. What's on that opening? It's a fruit.
It's definitely a fruit.
Yeah.
It could be a I think there's a touch of bergamot or some citrus as well.
Super enticing.
Oh yeah.
I want to put it on skin, but I've literally run out of space, and I've got one that I want to.
Yes.
One that I do want to put on skin.
But you like this one?
I like it a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
I like it a
It's
lot.
very enchanting.
Yeah.
It's very modern in its profile, but it's not tiresome. That's what I like about
Right.
it.
I also like, I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to packaging and bottles. And
This is fantastic.
Yeah, and I love the packaging and the way that the bottle looks and everything else. Yeah, good job. All right, we have a final one, I
Finally,
believe.
another oud, but here it's more central.
Yeah.
So now we're traveling essentially to the Middle East.
Yes.
With voluptuous oud.
I love this.
Yes.
Give you a heads up, everybody needs this one. Don't you think?
Oh, I love it. It was a real surprise to me.
It was a real surprise to me too. And again, on card, no. This is why I was saving my skin.
Found some free real estate.
Yeah, not really, but here we go, up here. Tell me why this is a modern classic.
This is a modern classic for many reasons, of course. There's a daringness here, and it's not as you expect it. So, for those who have had the displeasure of smelling real oud, some of it can be real stinky. There are certain types of oud that's almost cheese-like. There's a story to this, I promise. Francesca wasn't afraid to exploit this cheese-like quality, so she built this cheesy oud around what you'd imagine like a beautiful pastry would be. So she's used the cheesiness to faint like a cultured butter note, to my opinion. And so then the whole picture is a croissant with like a confit of plum or something. So she's imagined a Middle Eastern patisserie, beautiful, say, cardamom or pistachio, and plum definitely here, and dates and caramel, wrapped up in this cheesy, buttery pastry that is oud. So it's that's why I think it's a modern classic. It's daringness.
I have this rating, this classification system within the channel. So if you're brand new to niche, you're a new recruit. But now as you move through, you become a supreme leader.
Right,
That's
okay.
at the other end.
Yes.
Now, I love this, but I've had a few people go, whoa, that oud is really coming through. I feel that this is now for a 5-star general, which is the
yes.
or a supreme leader.
Yeah, right.
I do get that oud note, but it is wrapped up in this caramel. I get this caramel, almost burnt sugar, fairy floss, plum, as you were saying. But the oud is definitely present.
Yes.
With this caramel layered around it.
Francesca renders the funkiness perfectly.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's,
gorgeous.
It was the unexpected hero of the collection so far. It has been so wildly popular, and everyone I've shown to, both oud aficionados and those that are new to the oud note, love it.
Yeah. Because the other thing too is that, and this is my view, you want to wear a beautiful fragrance, and you don't want to skunk out a place. You know what I mean? You don't want to. Yes, it's a beautiful oud, but it's like, whoa, my man, it's too strong. You know. Whereas here, you are getting the funky oud, but now mixed in with this caramel and mixed in with this beautiful sweet notes and that buttery effect that you mentioned.
It's amazing.
It's a winner.
Yeah. Glad you like
This for me, yeah, absolutely. This for me is also a head turn. This is one in the air. So up close, maybe you get that oud a lot more, but in the air, it's super alluring.
Yeah, I think people that particularly like oud realize that they like exploring the facets that oud can give you, and this is a very striking facet of the oud.
Yeah.
Without being, it doesn't put you on edge, which I think is important.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Gorgeous. Absolutely amazing. Modern classics, bada boom, here they are. If you want to test them out for yourself and experience them. So come in with no perfume on you, because I realized I should have actually had a few more spots to spray. You can come into the showroom, experience them for yourself, and also be here with Liam. He'll take you through the journey that you provide in the way you explain things. I also love the way Liam has this patience in the way that you sometimes I've been to some locations where they want to hurry you along, whereas you seem to really want to. It's almost like you're experiencing it for the first time yourself alongside the person.
I'm glad you understand this. It's actually very, very nice to hear this. Perfume is a journey, we all say this, but perfume requires time and patience. And I'm here to guide you through the depths and emerge out victorious on the other side.
I love it. And true niche again. Yes. Thanks everyone.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you guys all on the next episode.